In this experiment, the entire idea was to basically test the effects of various amounts of water in various different size bottles. Essentially testing to see if a bottle with more volume would make a louder frequency, and ultimately proving if adding more amounts of water would decrease or increase the frequency. Our hypothesis stated that if we do conduct an experiment regarding the size of the glass to the volume and the effects water has on it, then the largest glass with the least amount of water would have the highest frequency due to water's inability to oscillate as freely as a solid. To start, I'm going to go over what is the dependent variable, which is the frequency of each bottle, and the independent variable being the 3 glasses we had, which did not change throughout the entire experiment. We needed a way of measuring one glass versus another, and we determined that volume would probably be the best way of doing this. Bottle 1 had a volume of 51.7 inches cubed, Bottle 2 had a volume of 89.8 inches cubed, and Bottle 3 had a volume of 228 inches cubed. To simplify that, Bottle 3 had the greatest volume, so according to our hypothesis, Bottle 3 should have the greatest frequency with the trial with the lowest amount of water. From here, we blew into the side of the glass to produce a vibration, which is an oscillation down the side of the solid glass and in the water to produce the sound that we hear. To recap, according to our volumes, Bottle 3 should have the greatest frequency and Bottle 1 should have the lowest frequency. The order from least to most frequency being 1, 2, and then 3. And with this experiment in plan, we actually got really good results. On the screen, you will see our data laid out, and it will show you all of our information. With all the bottles, we put in 1 tablespoon of water into the first trial and a half cup of water into the second trial. For the purposes of this data, when I say trial 1, I am regarding the one with 1 tablespoon of water, and when I say the second trial, I mean the one with 1/2 cup of water. Our information was that for bottle 1, trial 1 had a frequency of 250 Hz, and for trial 2, it had 198 Hz. For bottle 2, trial 1 had 396 Hz, and trial 2 had 49 Hz. For bottle 3, trial 1 had 500 Hz, and trial 2 had 250 Hz. Now, to kind of get away from numbers, I wanted to go shortly over what all this information means and attempt to conclude it. According to our information, it seems that the largest bottle actually produced the loudest frequency, which is what we hypothesized. And not only that, but adding more amounts of water significantly dropped the frequency on most of the trials. From this information, we can derive that water does lower frequency in a bottle. The first takeaway point from this experiment being that a glass with less water will always produce a higher frequency than one with water. The second takeaway point being that generally, as you increase the size of the volume, the frequency gets louder, and this is assuming that all the bottles and glasses are similar in shape, the grooves are similar to just eliminate any variables. And that's our experiment. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, and a vector fun-filled day. Thank you guys.